folks, Sheldon from the Outlaw Speed Shop, and I'm gonna do me a final video on my AMT 40 Ford for the group build, the 40 Ford group build from the Lucas C channel. So there we go. I saw a thing on his channel, and this is my entry along with the big freaking mess. So not bad for a total scratch built pretty much in 2 weeks. So let's just get that out there first. I don't know how, I got quite a bit of time in this thing over the last 2 weeks. I've been working at it pretty heavy every day, so it's not like it doesn't have a ton of time in it, which it does. But, you know, that's just the fun part about it. And if you, I don't know if I saw this, let me do again, we're gonna try to do a couple different things with this video. Let's see if we can, there we go. I just wanted to put this up with my dad's car. Look at that. Built in 1967. Now that was my dad's version of what a dirt, or a modified, not dirt, we got pure asphalt tires on here. So my dad had been growing up. My grandpa had been driving old modified since the early 50s. My dad had drove them in the 50s. And so I was born on the first day, or last day of 1959. So as far as I know, he didn't drive any after that date. So, I mean, we're talking early 50s up until 57. I think that's when he came to Oregon from Washington, was in 1957. So he had experience. He'd been there, done it. And when he built this car in 1967, we actually had a dragster. Anyway, had he and this other guy had a little dragster with a 300 Ford 6 in it. So, and that's when I had started piddling with model. I mean, I'd started before that, but I remember that same time, a couple things from when this car was built. Okay. And I'm not, let me back up a little bit. I'm not exactly sure. He may have built this car a little earlier because we kind of moved around. And I remember, and memory's getting old getting old. But he did construction work. He worked for Peter Kiewit back then when they were building some of the dams up on the Columbia River. So we moved around a bit for a while. And I remember back then, so this is when I was like 5, 6, 7 years old, going to the slot car tracks and everything with him. So I remember doing that. So, the exact time when this thing was built, it's between 66 and 67, because I know by the time that we lived in Seattle, 67, 68, actually, yeah, late 68, and maybe even to 69. I don't remember exactly, but I'm thinking 68. I know this car was built because I remember stealing the blower off of it one time and got in big trouble for it. So anyway, just wanted to kind of throw that out there. So, but this here is my idea of, I don't even know, I can't even give you a good time period. Obviously later, obviously it's a fictitious car. It's not built off of any car. It's not built off any set of rules. It's not built off of, it's just my idea of a car from days gone by. Let's just leave it at that. So I'll get up and do a little more close up here in a little bit, but I just kind of wanted to touch on that. I was going to do the fancy thing with the base and the turn-in and all that stuff, but you know what? I don't have the energy. I got some work that I got to do out in the yard, which I've already started doing, and plus working on this and finally getting all the parts and everything done. I'm not up to it today. Sorry. So this is what we're gonna get. Okay, let's just move this over here. So this kind of, I Ford 39 44. This is actually 39, got 39 hood on it. I went from there. I used a chassis from an MPC modified, and I put a front clip, changed the front clip from an AMT cup car on there. So a little bit later, you know, the stuff's been kind of the same for a long time, even though, so, you know, general thing, upper, lower A-frame, steering box, that kind of shit, you know, coil springs, nothing fancy. And I put one of my little 6-cylinder engines in there, Power Glide, and some wheels and tires that I made up, ones that I liked, and I made these myself. Same thing with the tires. And so it's got a lot of parts on here. I can't even, I won't even tell you how many little brackets and things and whatever. But yeah, hey, look, we finally got a radiator. Look at that. The other one never showed up. I was hoping it would show up, but actually this one was better. Fits better, better for the time. The other one was a little too new, and I had it in a, I got a little drawer up here. It's got a bunch of radiators in it, and it was already painted and everything. So all I had to do is build a little mount off the front cross member and radiator hose. And sorry folks, but I ain't even dicking with that bottom radiator hose. Sorry. Deduct the points. Deduct the points, judges. I don't have a lower radiator hose. But I got a lot of other stuff. So just kind of you can see it, made a little bracket there to hold the radiator. And then like last night, after I put the seat in it and everything, and I got the body on the chassis, I realized that the bottom of the seat was sticking out. So I put a little piece of angle iron down there to secure the bottom of the seat. And I think I got everything. I got transmission cooler, drive line, shocks, gas tank. Oh shit, I'm not done. I got to finish the pipe, the exhaust pipe. Oh crap. We'll leave that for later. Had to do a little alteration on there from my initial setup. So I got to make a little transition piece that goes on there. So no big deal. Also, put this little vent on the side for the oil cooler. Got to get some air in there for the oil cooler. This front bumper was from an MPC kit, and I added the top piece, and the side pieces obviously I made, and the back one's 100% scratch built. I don't know. I think you want to have those to protect the tires, because that's the whole idea, but kind of sticks out there like a sore thumb, and I couldn't really think of a good way to. I kind of wanted to, and you know, I don't know. I was thinking that maybe I would take now, especially now that it's all done and its body's all on there and everything, that maybe I would drill a hole in the fender right there and run a piece through there to the frame rail, which is right there behind the, yeah. Well, we'd actually have to hit the top of the frame rail right there, which would be right above the leaf spring. But I don't know. It just looks unfinished. It looks unfinished to me. That's all. So that's all I gotta say about that. Okay. But yeah, this thing it's bitching. It's a bitchin' ride. And didn't need a whole bunch of high-tech bullshit to make a bitchin' ride. Just a bunch of parts, and threw a bunch of stuff at it that may not be 100% realistic, but it's close enough for me, and that's all that matters, because when I build a car like this, the only thing that matters to me is if it passes my test, it's fine. That's all that matters. Now, I did do a couple cool things just because well, let's back that up. I might want to put, I thought about a window net, and then I thought no. I thought about maybe some kind of a screen on the windshield, so I'm still debating that. And also, I ended up with these I cut quite a bit out of the front of the fenders when I was first, because I knew the frame was gonna come through, and so I kind of had a pretty good size hole. But after I added my little bumper brackets and everything, it's kind of cool because I wanted them open to be able to get air through there. But the point of this whatever is, I thought that maybe I might put some screen in behind there, but that just looks like a major pain in the ass. I do need to black wash the grill still, now that I see that. But anyway, it's been a lot of work. It's been a lot of fun. It has tested my patience. Gluing in that bottom stupid simple little radiator bracket was testing my patience for whatever reason. It just didn't want to stay in place, and it was being a real pain in the ass when it shouldn't be. So it has tested me on several occasions, but I got through without any major damage to self or the model itself. The worst, not even the worst, but the one thing, Friday, it had been pissing me off, so I stopped, had a few shots of wild turkey, took a nap, and then came back and finished up all the wiring. So sometimes you just need to take a break and come back. And but the car is just totally cool. So I got off track again, but one of the things is I mounted the tack off the side of the roll bar over here. Comes off to the side. It was one that I had for something else, and it already had the mount in it, the little rod for the mount, and it was already painted. So I stuck a decal on there, and some of this stuff works good, makes nice clear gauges. And I did add a little other gauge panel with some gauges on there. I tried to hit all the bases, and you know, that's just, it is what it is. But I don't know if it's the fact that it's a sedan or what, but it's just cool. Everything about this thing is freaking cool. The tires are perfect, the color is perfect, the offsetting color with the chassis and whatever is perfect, the decals are perfect, as far as, you know, the engine, just everything just came out what I wanted. And I spent the time working on the areas that I thought that it needed it, and if there was other stuff that didn't really matter, then, you know, it didn't matter. The engine, like I said, the engine's offset a little bit to get that little inside weight. I did add finally got the pedals, and I got a master cylinder in here and everything. One thing I refuse to do is frickin' brake lines. So sorry, I don't do it. So it's pretty much got everything but that. I mean, hell, it doesn't even roll. Why in the hell does it even need brakes? So anyway, folks, that's it. And I kind of get the camera down here and do a quick little, hopefully we'll just make a mess of it. Come on out of here. There you go. Oh, look, it's my hand. Maybe I can edit that out. So let's go back to, there we go. Let's go back. Again, I've had people ask me about this engine. I used to sell the shit out of them when I had stuff on eBay. I sold a lot of these. I don't have very many of them left. I have a few, but I have a few blocks. I got some heads. You know, I could probably put a few together to sell. So I might do that. But there's that. Again, I love those wheels. I love those tires. Again, those tires are made from the Rat Roaster tires from the Rat Roaster, the 32 Ford Roadster by David Stacy, whatever the hell his name is. But those rear tires, these were all rejects that I trimmed them down to make halves out of them. So I got two good halves, put them together, made some tires, made slicks out of them, and I think they really came out cool because they just got that cool old school look, and I love that. I love that about those tires. So I guess we might as well do just a quick little close-up of underneath here. So here's our starter. We got oil, we got distributor up there. Like I say, I still got to finish the pipe, the exhaust pipe, but we got our cooler, we got our battery in there. That's the bottom of the battery mount. I don't know, like I say, I think I covered all the bases. So again, just saw the opportunity to build an AMT 40 Ford, and I had one sitting here on the bench, and just thought, might as well do it. And like I say, I know I've said this I don't know how many times, but I know Rambler 69 Tom will agree with me that it's a bitchin' car, and I know that Gary will agree with me. It's a bitchin' car. And Rich and all my guys, that will all agree that it's a bitchin' car. Charlie, everybody. And so that's all that matters to me. All the support I get from you guys and comments and everything keeps me going. And you don't know how much I appreciate all the support that I get from you guys, and all the guys in the comments. They're always there every time I make a video. You guys know who you are. You're always there every time with, good things to say, and I've been so lucky, and I've been doing videos for, I don't know, 5 years or whatever, and haven't really had any negative issues. I kind of wish I would, because I'd like to maybe get in a rant with somebody over some bullshit once in a while, just for fun. But I don't think those folks watch my videos, so that's a good thing. But there it is. I hope everybody enjoys it. And I don't know what the future of this is. I got some interest in a couple of people that are looking at it, may want it. But right now it's like, damn. But we got a saying here at the old, Mr. Boots, do we have a saying at the old Outlaw Speed Shop? He says, yes, we do. Can always build another. So that's kind of a rule I've always went by when it comes to model cars. I don't get attached to stuff, because I can always build one, and hopefully when I build another one, it'll be better. So again, everybody, all I can say is thank you so much for all the support on this project. It's been fun, and for a quick build, it came out pretty good. So that's all we got. So I'm gonna go through and see if I can clean up a couple of those little spots in here in this video, and put my editing thing, and I'm gonna put a pretty good amount of pictures to go with this, since it's the final from the start, to kind of give the whole whole process all the way through, and get it up. And again, thanks everybody.